God damn, did this episode get personal in this episode of Nisekoi. Definitely this one, which I'm even going to get a little bit personal in this fucking video as well, just talking about this fucking episode. So it shows that, continuing from last week's one, that Chitoge is giving Raku the cold shoulder. It's like, ever since that whole incident on the beach, like, those two have just been distanced, and, even like, one of the things that I was shocked in this episode is, like, she even didn't care that Cloud was even suspicion, like saying like, oh yo, we've got to, start acting lovey-dovey and stuff and all that. And well, I'll talk about that little part of the episode later. But definitely another thing that was good about this episode was Unadera standing her ground when she got the role of Juliet, because like Chitoge didn't want to do it. I was like, all right, we'll get it to Unadera, and it was just like Manika was just begging and begging, saying, let me be with Raku-sama, and it was like, yo, Unadera was standing her ground and saying, no, I actually want to do this role. I actually want to be here. And regardless, we know her fucking reasons for like doing it. She wants to be with Raku. Like every fucking girl in the series wants to be with Raku. And she even found out the truth about the photo. About, she thought she was a little upset because he was only getting that picture because it had Chitoge on it. But actually, we found out that it was Unadera in the background, which in her underwear, which, Raku being the nice guy he was, handed that in so no one else could, take a picture of it or have it like that. And one thing is, like, when you saw in this episode was Chitoge, when she said, I don't care, I'm through being a fake boyfriend and girlfriend couple, I'm through with that. And she's like, and Raku's like, yo, you're going to cause a fucking war in that. And she's like, as selfish as she sounded, it was like, I don't care. It was like, I don't give a crap about anything. And when Raku was there, this personally kind of reminded me of something that went on recently in my life. This whole situation, how, like, Raku and Chitoge were sort of treating one another. And when Raku just, like, personally saying, oh, fine, I guess that didn't mean nothing to us. Like, that time when we was at the beach, the time that we had laughs, the times that we were together happy, and the times that we're actually starting to do. Because regardless of what, if these two, if she is the girl, like, in the end, who made the promise with, or if it's just, regardless if they two like each other, if they're a couple, it's obvious that these two do care for each other. Like, regardless of like if they love each other or care for each other, they're close friends in the end of the day, lovers, love interests, whatever the fuck they are. Just for them, just to sort of end it there for that meantime in the episode over something like that. So there's sort of like misunderstanding. I mean, regardless, it was Raku's fault in the end of the day. It was for what he said, but still over something like that, then it was just kind of silly like that. I personally, it hit home, really. It really did hit home. If anyone else has gone through that shit, then yeah. When you saw that episode, it just, they really hit you hard. And then not to mention as well that when Unadera as well, looking so good in that Juliet, it was like, yes, Unadera's going to have that time to shine. It's like, yeah, Chitoge, she isn't. Because Chitoge was just like, I'm just going to be over here. She really did not say anything. And she was really hated at what she said about Raku. She was like beating up the fucking wall just because of it. But one of the things as well is like when Unadera went to go, the play was never to start, and Chitoge just over somewhere. She don't care. She's not even like being with anyone. It's like Unadera saved the girl from falling, and it actually stopped her from being Juliet because she injured her leg. I was like, oh, we can't have her. It's like, oh, where the fuck is Manika? She's like, the side freaking Juliet, and it's like, well, she's ill for the day, and we can't have that. And Raku has to get up, swallow his pride, and run over to Chitoge, and it's like saying, I need you to be Juliet. And when they were saying, okay, it's like, yeah, you hate me and all that, that's why. And Raku sort of had the damage control, saying, yeah, I did mean all those things I said, but I not by a long stretch do I ever hate you. I would never hate you, Chitoge. And that was like when she's like finally just realized, and she got a little bit happy. It's like, yeah, Raku does care. He was blushing and all that. He didn't really want to say, I do like you, but he was saying, I don't hate you. And she's saying, oh, let's do our best, Romeo. And I just like that little ending. And it's sad to see that we've got one more episode after this, because I've really been personally enjoying doing Nisekoi every week. I've done every single episode of this, and to see it going like next week, I'm sad. I'm actually sad. But the good little news in that the Nisekoi is going to be having an OVA soon, which is going to be bundled in like the next volume of the manga. I don't know when the next volume's coming out. That's going to be adapting chapter 58 and 64 of the manga, which I read those chapters and I don't particularly, I'm not a big fan of them. It's like they're just chapters like that, like nothing too much adds to the story. But it's nice that they're doing it. Like sure, new OVA and all that had like a little more extra Nisekoi on it. And they're doing a PS Vita game, which will probably never ever come over here, and that's probably going to be like that phone game they got to just dress up and just like a visual novel. I'm not too sure, but yeah, and the more like Nisekoi content, and you know, I think we covered to like nearly the end of chapter 48 in this week's chapter, so we're definitely ending on the 50s. Maybe we might go to a little page extra on 51, maybe at the ending. I don't know, but it's like definitely 50 or just one page of 51. That's how I feel it can end. Personally, I really enjoyed this one. I felt this was like a 9 on a personal level. If we think about it, it's like, yeah, Chitoge for kids rapid way too quickly for that stuff, and it was just, yeah, just sort of the anime size of that, Cinderella, forgive you. So, on all, I mean, personally, I give this one a 9. I thought this one was like really good in my level, but it would be like reviewing wise, thinking about all that. I think this is like a 7.5 to an 8. It was enjoyable. I really had a fun time with that. But, yep, anime ending. Next week, sad to see it go, but that's Nisekoi. It don't last forever. And let me know what you think in the comments section down below. But that's all for me. I must thank you for watching as always. Remember, I'll see you guys